Now the next topic is paradigm. Now here we are seeing two concepts. One is PLM paradigm, and second concept that we'll see here is what was the scenario before PLM was introduced. Okay, so first we'll understand the meaning of this paradigm. It means the framework that has unwritten rules and that directs action. Okay, it is a framework, it is a structure, it is a system of assumptions, concept, values, and practices that constitute a way of viewing reality, or you can say it is a pattern, it is a model. So, what do you mean by paradigm? Paradigm means a structure for a particular thing. For example, when you do your BE project, okay, that time you are being told that these are the things that you have to do when you are doing your project. These are the steps that you have to follow. You have to present paper and all those things. Whatever sort of instructions, guidelines are given, that can be called as a framework. Okay, so it has unwritten rules. So sometimes it may be written rule, sometimes it may not be written rule. So, what is this PLM paradigm? So, you can see PLM paradigm. It means Drustikon means how PLM looks into the product, or what is included in the PLM of the product, or what PLM. So now this PLM has been developed. Earlier it was not there. It came into effect in 2001. So after 2001, everywhere else the world PLM was introduced. So what exactly is this? What it talks about? So that is mentioned by these highlighted terms. PLM paradigm is that it says that PLM is business oriented. PLM is formally defined. Formally means earlier defined. PLM is about life cycle. PLM is having holistic approach. Holistic approach means it takes into consideration everything, each and everything. सारे पहलुओं का विचार करता है वो. So it's like holistic approach. Then it is digital. It is not using pen and paper. It is joined up. We'll see what is joined up. It is joining the things. It is product focused. Okay, so PLM is about this. PLM is about this. Business oriented, formally defined, life cycle, holistic, digital, joint up, and product focus. So we are going to see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points in detail in PLM paradigm. So before that, we have to see what was the paradigm before PLM, and then there was a paradigm shift, and because of the shift, the word PLM came into existence. So this whatever is explained here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this contrast with the previous paradigm. What was there earlier? Earlier it was departmental paradigm. A simple example. Earlier, earlier it was mechanical department, computer department, IT, EXTC, PPT, biotech, all other departments. The departments will work only for their growth, their progress, their focus will be on their student and their admission and their placement. Only that. So it was department game, and now it is changed to what? It is changed to institute. There is a vision, there is a mission of the institute. So all the department mission and vision are contributing to the institute mission and vision. So now everyone is working for the institute. So this is the difference. So earlier it was department. I'm just giving the example. I'm not just for your understanding. If you have seen that movie Chak De, okay, so in that it is shown like that. Earlier they were all the girls were playing for their individual team, for state team, and then he changed their approach to what? For the Indian national team. Okay, so like this. So PLM was also like this. Earlier, before PLM came into picture, the paradigm was like this, the department paradigm. So what was it? They had technically oriented. Okay, there was proper orientation of technology. Undefined, see, undefined, nothing was defined. Departmental means only for that department, that is sales department, marketing department, design department. Piecemeal means it was in fragment, it was in pieces, broken. Paper based, no technology use. Separate, ये मेरा डिपार्टमेंट है, ये तेरा डिपार्टमेंट है, like this. And unfocused approach, they were focused or only on their activity. If the product is sold or not sold, that was not the outlook of the design department. Even if the product is not good, he would not say that it is my outlook. Okay, so this was the approach earlier to the product. Then this is about pre-PLM environment what we are talking. So what exactly was happening, that is explained here in detail. The marketing department decided which product were needed by the market. Okay, they decided okay, these are the products that are needed by the market. So they used to do some market survey, and they used to tell to the design department that these are the products that are required by the people in the market. Then what engineering department would do, engineering department would design the product. Okay, now what the marketing people did, they told this is the product that they want. Engineering department used their own brain and they made a product. No, it is not necessary that the product given by product conceptualized by marketing department is equal to the product made by the engineering design department. There may be difference in the product that was conceptualized and that was product produced. Manufacturing department again produced the product. Now there was no union between this, or this engineering department used to give the design, manufacturing department used to give the product. In giving the product, if they had some technical difficulties, they would change the product, not exactly the entire product, but some of the parts of the product as per their requirement. Then after sales department supported them. What was the responsibility of sales department? To sell the product. Okay, now again marketing department was having no idea about how many products were sold. Engineering department were having no idea about no statistics about the product that they have manufactured is liked by the customer, if there are some technical issues, nothing. So this is what was happening before PLM. Now this paradigm was generally agreed and shared for most of the 20th century till 20th century, that is 2001. I said this is what was happening. Okay, and then in engineering came the uh, collaborative engineering. Okay, before that, before I talk on collaborative engineering, we'll just see the reason why ऐसे क्यों behave करते थे ये लोग. The reasoning behind it was that the specialists in the department are the best equipped to carry out the activities of the function. Marketing department. Okay, there are people who have done the marketing, who have taken degree in marketing. Okay, and they are the best to tell what is the requirement of the customer. The engineering department, who are technically sound, don't know about what are the requirement of the customer. So it is not the area of the engineering department, nor the area of the sales digital department. Okay, so it was like each one of these guys or each one of these departments were specialized in their activity. Okay, marketing department were excellent in marketing the product or finding the product. Engineering department were excellent in designing the product, and so on. So this was one of the reason. Then so this is what I have said. Specialist in engineering department were believed to be best equipped to carry out engineering activity. So only these guys, engineering department guys, were known to design the product properly. Okay, they would not take anyone's else suggestion in making the product. Okay, ego like thing was there. So it is not clearly mentioned anywhere, but it was like that only. Then the logic behind this was the engineers learn about these activities at school or university, or further trained. They are trained about them. They are hired to do so. Learn about them from engineering colleagues and practice them for many years in the company. And then you are telling the engineer person that you cannot do this or you change the product. That is not acceptable. So these were some of the issues, and because of that, what happened? It was department wise. It was department wise. So what are the issues happened without because of them, because of this? So afterwards it was realized that okay, there are some issues that are coming up. What are the issues? The increased over the this increase this issues increase over the time, and individual department decided everything about its operation. Okay, it was becoming more and more department specific. Then here after some days, after some years, what happened? Even the department decided about their activities of their documentation, then their analysis of data. Like marketing department used to do their documentation analysis of their data, Design department used to do their documentation of how much material was needed, how much was saved, and all those things. So each department become expert in that as well. So they were doing these activities also. So finally, all this mess was happening in the department. So end result and no one was care about whether the product is properly sold in the market or not. So end result was serious issues. Okay, and because of this, it resulted in a paradigm shift. So this paradigm, this scenario, this structure, this model was no longer accepted, and something had to be done. And finally, it resulted in change in the paradigm, change in the scenario, and that is in engineering, in technical language, when we say, we call it as collaborative engineering. So what is collaborative engineering? Here everything is done in unison with all the departments. Like there are no walls between the department, there are no egos, and all activities are done together. Like all these people, marketing people, then technical people, then manufacturing people, design people, manufacturing people, then sales people, all those even the vendors and all those would sit together. They would sit together, and then they will decide about what are the strategies so that the product should be properly designed, it should be manufactured, it should be sold, it should be serviced, and it should grow. All this was decided after this. So that is called as concurrent engineering. Concurrent engineering, doing everything simultaneously, doing anything with together. So that concept of concurrent engineering came here in management, and then here it is called as PLM. It is called as PLM. So here it was earlier PLM, and then in PLM, as I told you here, there are seven activities, okay, or the seven areas where the focus has been given in the PLM, and PLM was set with this focus on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so anything has to come out because there is some or other reason. If there is no reason, there will not be any change. So what happened before PLM? People were expert in their own field, and they become so expert, and their issues increase so much that they tried to do so many things about their department, whatever was involved in their department, what was related to their department, and because of that, then issues started. Okay, if the product would fail, then there used to be it's not my responsibility, it's because of this department, that department, and this blaming game started. Okay, so first it says that PLM is business oriented. So PLM is a business activity. It is carried out to meet business objective of increasing product revenue. So business, PLM is about business. Okay, it's PLM is because there is a product, there is a business, and there is PLM. So increasing the product revenue. Okay, so it's the first goal for any business, reducing the product related cost. So if you want to if you want to increase this revenue, one of the ways to reduce the product related cost. Whatever costs are incurred, that can be reduced. That has to be reduced. Maximizing value of product portfolio. Okay, we try to maximize the value. That is, the cost of the product has to be properly arranged, managed. Maximizing value of current and future product for both customer and shareholders. Okay, so PLM is business activity. It is carried out to meet these four business related thing. Its objective is to improve what? Its objective is to improve financial performance. That is, in terms of money, it should give good money. Time reduction, time for manufacturing of the product should be less. We'll see this again in further. These are the broad titles. Quality improvement, the overall quality should be good everywhere, and there should be improvement in the business. So the PLM business objective is to improve the financial performance. So how financial performance can be improved? There are various ways in which financial performance can be improved. Number one is to reduce the recall cost. Okay, if the product is not coming back to the market company, then that cost incurred is reduced. Again, the name of the company, the fame of the company is not at risk when the product is required. Second, extend the product life. Okay, sell product which is having good life, or this will increase the revenue because number of people purchasing the product will increase. Reduce the development cost, the cost which is incurred in conceptualizing and then thinking of the product and then actually starting the manufacturing, then getting the first prototype and then testing the prototype. So this is the long chain. Okay, this has to be removed, this has to be reduced. So more quickly the product will come into the market. So all these things will, what they will do, they will increase the financial performance of the product. Financial performance of the product. Now how the time can be reduced? Time can be reduced by reduce the engineering change time, reduce the engineering change time, reduce the time to market. Time to market, that is the product comes to the market. Reduce the time to project should not overrun, the overall time of the product has to be reduced. So what are possible way the time can be reduced, should be reduced, so that the product uh, the time, particular time can be taken or utilized in some other activities, in some modification of the product, and it will ultimately lead to the financial performance. Then how quality can be improved? Reduce manufacturing process defects. So what your defects are coming in the manufacturing, remove that or reduce that. Then reduce returns, then reduce the scrap. Okay, if the scrap is reduced, now nowadays additive manufacturing is used, so where scrap will be minimum, as minimum as possible. So reduce the scrap, so that the wastage of material is reduced. Then attend the complaints of the customer, reduce the complaint customer. If you have seen that additives of Airtel. Okay, they have launched one advertise of everywhere they were showing a display 000, and then someone asked what is this zero? It is zero complaint from the customer. They are working towards it. Okay, so it is one of the step to increase the business. Uh, so the example that I had given to you. So overall, how will you improve the business? Then increase product traceability. Where is the product given? Okay, find from the customer whether the product is good, are they satisfied or not. Take their reviews. Okay, also you must have seen on the shopping website they ask for review on the product. Okay, so that is again a technique in which the business can be improved. So these are the ways in which business can be improved. And finally, PLM means it is business activity. Do whatever you want to increase the business. No, before PLM, no, here in all this seven points, I will be first discussing about what is happening now after PLM and what was there before PLM. Okay, so in each of these 7 points. So before PLM, it was the department that used to manage the activity. So here I will not be talking more because unnecessary it will be repetition of things or repetition of words. Now earlier it was alphabet soups for many products. Okay, alphabet soup means, for example, if I say it was DFA, design for manufacturing, DFM, design for manufacturing, DFA, design for assembly. Then there were words like uh, CAD. CAD is in concern only with drawing. Then CAM. Then there were words like value engineering, value analysis. Okay, so all these words were related to the department activity only and not the entire product or the company activity. Okay, so each had technical objectives. So all this what I said, CAD, CAM, then DFA, DLM, and CDF, DFMA, all these were the department objective related technical words that were found out, and the technology related to that. Each had uh, technical objective of design better. What? Their department, not the business objective. What is the business objective? Increase product revenue. Okay, this was not the objective. Increase product revenue. What was it? It was only how my department can do best in the product. It was not that they were not doing the work good. They were doing good, but only for whatever was in their scope. Okay, उतना ही करने का है जितना हमको पता है, ये काम मेरा है, मैं इतना ही करूंगा, बहुत अच्छे से करूंगा, दूसरे का काम मैं नहीं करूंगा, मैं मेरा काम करूंगा, बहुत अच्छे से करूंगा. It was like that. Okay, and because of this attitude, company could not do better. Some companies could have done better. Of course, there are some companies who had their own policies, not exactly the word PLM, but they were having their own policies and they did better. But not in general, it was not followed by all the companies. Okay, so this is the first point. PLM should be business oriented. Do whatever you want for business, improving business. Second is formally defined. PLM is formally defined. It is everything is documented. So if I explain in one sentence what is this formally defined, it is well documented things. Everything is documented. Everything is known to everyone. There are manuals. There are guidelines. There are rubrics for each and every activity. Because of that, everyone know, people are also trained, people know what exactly is PLM. Okay, so the same thing I will read now. I have explained in three sentences. In PLM paradigm, ways to manage product is defined and designed. Okay, it is already known to the people. People are also trained about PLM. How people are known about this? There are manuals, there are handbooks, then there are forms and all those things. There are also a training is given to the people. So in training, everything about this is explained. Earlier way it was to manage the product didn't have any documented plan. जिसको जैसे आया वो वैसे काम करता था. There was no fixed plan. There was no vision about a particular activity in the department for a particular product. It was subjected to how to manage products. Subject of how to manage product wasn't addressed by the management. How the product should be managed across its lifestyle was not addressed by the management. Even the management was not focusing on the entire product as a whole. They were focusing on each and every department. Okay, they were not focusing on the final outcome of the product. They were finding identifying issues with each and every department, or trying to rectify those issues with the department. But product as a whole, or 3 to 4 5 department as a whole, this concept was not there by the management. It wasn't planned, it wasn't documented. Also, nobody in the company could describe about the product behavior, because each of the department was busy in doing their own activity. So they were not able to tell about what exactly will happen to the product after 4 years. The third point about this is the life cycle. So again, PLM is a business activity. Okay, so I can again comment the definition on, I can again say the definition of PLM, that it is a business activity. How the product can be managed in the most effective way, from the first idea to the final idea, till the product is in the market, till it dispose of in the market. It is the activity of the company for the product. When with PLM, people are trained to think about the product across its life cycle. So whenever in PLM, every time the focus is the product. You must have heard me saying this number of times. It is about the product. Everything is about the product. So engineer will design a product. Okay, engineer will design the product. Then the manufacturing department person will come and tell how the product can be properly manufactured. So some things are not possible, so what changes has to be done in the design. Then the assembly person will come and he will tell, okay, from assembly point of view, you have put on so many of nut and bolts, so you remove this, replace it, standardize it, use same size of nut and bolt everywhere, all those sort of things. And even when the product is to be retired, that time how it can be recycled. So if can you use this material so that the product can be easily recycled, because these are the norms of the country where the product is manufactured. These are the norms of the country for recycling the product. So all these activities are linked together, because everyone is thinking about the betterment of the product. Okay, so this is happening in PLM. Manufacturers look to add value and create revenue across the life cycle of the product. Okay, the Modifications are also done in the product through various ways. So it's not only the modification is done because design department is feeling that modification is done, it's to be done, or there are complaints from the customer because of that modification is done. Okay, so there are continuous feedback is taken from the customer, that is given to the design department, and then what are the issues that are coming while maintenance, that are also taken care of, and then the modification are done, should be done in the product. It is about the life cycle of the product, so the modification should be done in this way. Feedback on product by one generation help improve future generation. So whenever a product is launched in the market, feedback is given on the product by one generation, so one version of the product will come. Okay, so in the next version of the product, the feedback has been taken care of and the product is improved. Products that have reached the end of their lives are disassembled and some parts are reused in the state art of life of new products. So sometimes what happens, some of the products which are not sold or they are taken off from the market, some of the products components which are new, which are used in the product, but the product has been returned because that is not sold in the market, or the company has withdrawn the product, those parts can also be used in the new products. You must have seen this in Mission Mangal. If that part is lying there, so why not we use it? Before PLM, each department managed a product individually. So now hereafter again it will come before PLM. So what happened was they were managing it individually. Company didn't manage the product during its use. So servicing of the product was not that much. Before PLM, application software will put in place departmentally. Then next is a holistic paradigm. So PLM, as I told, is the holistic approach. Okay, it thinks about the product in all the directions, for all the areas, for all the aspects. So it has a holistic approach to the management of a product. So it thinks about the product from all these points of view. The product, then services, then structures, activities, processes, people, skill, then what is this, application, system, data, information, knowledge, and so on. So all these parameters, all these points, all these aspects are taken into consideration in the product life cycle management. It's business activity addressing not only to the product, it is not only about the product, but also the organizational structure of the product, the working methods. Okay, if the working methods are not good, maybe the product that is coming out may not be good. The processes that are involved in the manufacturing, it's so PLM also works on the processes also. Okay, what are the manufacturing processes adopted, can it be modified? So this attention is given because of the PLM. Okay, so this is happening now after the paradigm shift. The people are also given importance, the information structure, the information system, all this is considered. So it says that PLM is a holistic approach, it is taking care of everything. So you can see here everything. So if you talk about people, their uh, the way they work, then the lighting system, the environment in which they work, then are they comfortable, the ergonomic aspect, all those things are taken care of in when I talk about people here. So everything is taken care of in the PLM. So in earlier part, it was not the approach. It was again fragmental, or again in their department only. No holistic view was there. Product developers were there, product managers were there, quality databases people were there. So what was happening, product developer were developing the product, product manager were managing selling the product. Then there was whatever issues had come in the product, that was there in the quality database. Okay, it was there in the quality database. These are the issues that had come, but that this information never reached to product developer. Okay, so because these are three different departments, they are doing their work properly, regularly, they are doing their work with full loyalty, but then this was never communicated to the product developer, that these are the issues which are coming in the product. So this was there before PLM. Fifth one is the Digital. Now this PLM is digital, no pen paper business. Okay, so one sentence defines it. It's digital, no pen paper business. So same thing is written here. So I am not going to explain anything in this. Now it is joint up paradigm. So joint up paradigm means all activities are joined up. Okay, they are connected. Activities are connected. With PLM product is managed in a coherent way across the life cycle. People are working together. It's not the individual activity that is done. PLM connects previously separate and independent activities, disciplines, functions, and applications. Everything is connected. Each of these addressing the same product has its own vocabulary, rules, culture, and language. All the so PLM, what it is doing, it is connecting all the separate activities which were there, independent activities which were there, which were having their same for the same product. They were having their own vocabulary, own way of calling the product, own way of calling the tools and equipment. They were having their rules to use the appliances. Then they were having culture, language. All these were then connected. It was joined in PLM. So it's not only about that. It is about joining up the things, bringing the thing together, merging up the things. All the product related issues are united under PLM and address in a joint way. Okay. So here you can see these things. Okay, so first and second, they are connected. Product infancy and product end of life is connected. Then product development and product liability, product assembly and product disassembly, these things are connected. So whatever things can be connected, those things were connected in the joined up paradigm, in the PLM paradigm of joined up activity. So earlier many things were done in the department, but it was done separately, like product development and product support. Okay, that is related activity, but it was done separately by different people. And since it was done differently by different people, the output was not that much. So whatever I have told, the same thing is written here. Each group worked the way it wanted to be. Each group solved its own problem as best as it could solve. Each group optimized its own activities. Okay, they found the best way of doing activity. Even though this might mean reducing overall effectiveness. Okay, so the product overall effectiveness was somewhere not achieved in this. And finally, it was about the product. The focus was entirely on the product in PLM, or is on the product on the PLM. PLM focuses on the product. Okay, so product is at the center stage. Product is at the center stage. Market, then that is the marketing team. Then here competition, then the regulations, and the new technology. Everything is been added in the product. Everything is been added in the product, and ways are found to improve the product. Everyone is focused on the product. Product should be good, money will get, because the sales will happen. Okay, so this is what is now PLM says. Companies product are what the customers buy. They are the sources of the company's revenue. Company gets revenue from what? From the sales of what? Product. The role of PLM is really important here. Product defines a company. Okay, so again I am telling, it's all about the product. Without its product, company's name wouldn't be there. Okay, if there is a product which is not selling in the market, then the company to which it belongs will not bear a good name. It will not have a good name. But if the product is good, the company will really will have a good name. There is little in a company more important than its product. Okay, so the entire focus of a manufacturing company or of any company should be on the product. How the product can be improved, and what are the ways that can be done to improve the product. Managing of product development, how the product can be developed. All those activities are to be taken care of in this PLM. So the rule is focus on the product and the customer. Customers buy great product. If the product is good, it will be bought in the customer. Companies won't get a sale without a competitive product. Okay, it will always be there, but then your product has to be competitive. Again, one more last point before I end is, earlier company would think bottom up approach. Bottom up approach means they would start building a part, and then they will start fitting it into assembly, and then if the assemblies and part would not fit, they would redesign it, and again the products were built. But now it is not bottom up, it is top down approach. Now the companies work with top down approach, means it's from the top level management to the worker. The information will flow, everyone will be included in the system.